Don also submits a mid to late 90s. I'm going to say, if you guys want to look it up, Twister, Bill Pullman, Helen Hunt.
Yep.
Jamie Gertz, and then a slew of other people. I actually had but I'm going to say Twister's 1997.
Very close. 1996.
96. Yeah. The thing of it is, Storm Chasing was big. It wasn't okay. I correct that. Storm Chasing had already been big, but it started to become popularized amongst the media, and people were like, "Oh my God, you chase tornadoes and you do this for a living?" Like, yeah, it's my job. I get paid good money to do this. And then you had a slew of other people who were driving around their Ford Broncos, like, "I don't get paid to do this. I do what I want." But there was something captivating about being in the eye of a tornado. What does it look like inside of a tornado? Well, I'm gonna strap my belt on the last button around your waist, and I'm gonna tie it to this metal post that goes down 30 feet, and we're gonna find out. But I don't know. It's like Twister's okay. Twister's all right.
Yeah, that's okay.
It was a sign. It was a sign of the times. Like, this is one of those deals again where, at the time, the CGI technology had just come around enough for them to think that it was believable to put this thing together, and it was at the time. It was a good movie, but it didn't last long. The shelf life on what they presented. It wasn't a long shelf life. It had a very, very low expiration date, and it ran its course. I don't know. I can just remember it being... The other problem with Twister, when you look back on it, is it has the Jaws 4 effect, where the Twister was the bad guy, and it's just a fucking funnel of wind.
I don't think I've ever heard the Jaws 4 effect. I know. I mean, you've watched Jaws 4 enough to know that there's some sort of effect on other movies.
Well, okay. The Jaws 4 effect is this: that yes, as movies progress, like the bad guy becomes like almost okay. The shark in Jaws 4 goes from Rhode Island to the Bahamas to seek vengeance upon this family. Okay, the sharks don't fucking care about you or your family, and the Twister doesn't care about you or your research or your life. And it just seemed like in Twister that the Twister was hell-bent on taking them out. And the Twister doesn't give a shit about you. And so to me, that's the Jaws 4 effect.
Finger of God, the F5, comes at him.
Yeah, the Twister was hell-bent that they weren't going to release those little glass orb sensors into it.
Right. You'll never know my secrets.
You will not know how fast I spin.
It could only happen if I drive my $35,000 Dodge Ram into it on D4, and I jump out in a cornfield.
Yep, exactly.
I think Twister has a lot of similar plot lines to The Abyss. You have your technical nerds, you have your main character, you have the love interest. A little bit different, but you face.
I will say that I'm perusing the IMDb for Twister currently, and like
what do you
get more like this, and it's Volcano. Deep Impact. So yeah, a lot of like what Murr said. Everybody was like, "Guess what computers can do? Check out these graphics." So like a volcano came out of Los Angeles. You know what I mean? They just had to. Any of these movies are interchangeable in my opinion.
Well, Twister, I don't know. I mean, what did it get? What are some of the ratings?
It was 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb.
Okay.
So
I'm looking up Rotten Tomatoes now, and again, it was a big hit in the theater.
Yeah, I would say it grossed a lot.
But so was Deep Impact and Volcano, and all of
Three Men and a
shit.
Baby.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Daylight.
Twister on Rotten Tomatoes got a 57% with a very close 58% audience score.
Wow, that's like a big Venn diagram there. Twister, ladies and gentlemen. If you Bing Jamie Gertz, I always liked her. I always thought she was a cutie pie.
That's a good pull. That's a good call.
Yeah,
she was.
She's the wife. She's the wife of Bill Pullman, and she goes on one of these excursions with them. And then after a close call, she's this isn't for me. This isn't the life I want to live. Nope, not me. No. And that's where he starts like Helen Hunt, man. That broad wants to chase storms and twisters with me. I think I'll do that.
Like, yeah, with her weird speech pattern.
Yeah.
She talks funny.
Uh,
Observation.